Hello, everyone. I'm Rachel Ramsey, Digital Anchor, coming from the Digital Center here with Jerod Smalley, and we're going to talk about our special tonight, the Autism Puzzle. Jerod, thank you so much for taking the time sitting with me to talk about this.
Appreciate it. Glad to do it, and glad to be with you. How about it?
I know.
How about it, kid?
Stuff.
It's good.
So tell me, this is obviously an annual special that has been going on for years, but tell me about the focus of tonight's special.
Yeah, the focus is basically redefining what autism spectrum disorder is. I'll give you a quick example. 15 years ago, the diagnosis rate, when we started this show 15 years ago, the diagnosis rate was 1 in 150. Now we're looking at 1 in 36. That was updated by the CDC a couple of weeks ago. And things have changed dramatically. What we call autism even, it's autism spectrum disorder now. We sort of steer toward that. The spectrum is so much broader than it was when it was defined, 15 years ago. Acceptance has been the term of the day, not awareness. And there's so many other inclusion, things. When you think about, the way that the spectrum is represented, there are so many people who are advocates for themselves, and they're on the same, autism spectrum with people who are nonverbal, and their function level is so different. So it's one of the amazing things one of the things I'm proudest of in my life is the fact that we've been able to try to create something unique for people who are just starting, moms and dads, grandparents, and even professionals, teachers, therapists, to give them some of the latest information, but also give them hope, and try to tell people some really intriguing, inspirational stories about the good work that's being done. And I think that's the thing that has always kept us excited about what the show could be.
And you said, there's a lot of stories being told. Included in those stories, what are some of the topics that are going to be discussed?
Obviously, the CDC study most recently, because it's not only topical, it's also eye-catching. That's not the only study that's new that is discussing the occurrence of autism, that it's more frequent now, and it's across the entire span of society. It's regardless of race, regardless of gender, although it is more, it does occur more in boys than it does girls, but it's still, there's still a female population that is significant on the spectrum. And then we're also going to talk about the differences at the educational level, what's being done to make that transition, help kids when they move out of the high school ranks, what's available for them, including employment. Unemployment is a massive issue for adults with autism. There's also the issue of special education teachers. If you go across the country, we did a significant amount of research on this. Across the country, the number one segment of the teaching population that school districts across America cannot fill, or cannot fill to the level that it would want, is special education. There's a reason why. It is a hard job. And on top of that, it's not exactly a lucrative one. And so the people who are cut out to do it, and the people who choose to make that a part of their life, they are a unique, special group of humans. And we're shining a spotlight on that tonight. I think it's important that people know just what people are willing to invest in themselves to help young people and into adulthood achieve things that they maybe never would have without them. I think that's a really special thing, and I wanted people to see that visually, and you'll see it tonight.
Perfect. And that kind of goes, with this special, and it's something that's near and dear to you. What are you hoping that viewers get from this special, especially if they've never watched this before?
Yeah, the biggest takeaway is I just want you to come away with a better representation of what ASD is on the fundamental level, because sometimes autism is something you can't see. And that's actually covered in our show tonight. There is a basketball player we focus on, a girl who plays at Pickerington North High School, who has autism. She's diagnosed with autism. You would not know it. There's nothing about her physical characteristics, her speech pattern, nothing that on the surface you would say, that's somebody on the autism spectrum. It doesn't present the same way for every person. And that's the biggest takeaway that I want people to have. And the one big thing, I think we're kind of there, but it never hurts to remind people that kindness, sensitivity, you never know what somebody has. You never know what someone's going through. It's something that when you're a parent, and I've been a parent now for 17 years, and for 15 years I've known that I had a son with autism. Now I have two. it changes you. It changes your perspective. It changes the way that you relate to people. It changes the way that you communicate with all people, because you never know. And that's really important to me. And I hope that people, when they watch the show, will kind of, maybe see that represented and maybe even adopt that themselves.
And I can't wait to watch it. I know it's going to be a fantastic program full of different stories and resources for families, and it's going to be great. Jerod, thank you so much for joining me and talking about the special. Again, it's going to be a good one.
Thank you, Rachel.
And again, guys, the Autism Puzzle airs right here on NBC4 tonight at 7:30. You won't want to miss it.